love. This is going to be your spirit guide session. So for the reading, I'm going to be working with 3 decks. I have the Sacred Destiny Oracle, the Chakra Insight Oracle, and the Tarot Illuminati. So these are the 3 decks that I pulled to work with today. So for your reading, you don't have a question. We're going to just be seeing what your guides have to say to you today. What kind of messages do they have for you? So let's go ahead and focus. Let me clear the space from the previous reading. So we just call on my clients' guides and energy to come through, deliver some messages that they need to hear in this time. We trust that everything that comes through is meant to be. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing that Spirit showing is a dog, and to me, dogs are symbolism for loyalty, and I heard loyalty and abundance. I feel like what's coming through is that you need to be more loyal to self, appreciate what's coming. That's what I heard. This is a money situation, I feel. I feel like the abundance that they're talking about is appreciating what is coming through, like the flow of money, I feel is what they're saying. I feel like you have discomforts with that. Like I don't know if it's like you have money discomforts where you feel like you don't deserve money flow coming through, or you second guess your ability to make money or to make ends meet or to, you know, be successful in your line of field, like your career and whatnot. I see a lot of green energy around you. So like a green aura, which goes hand in hand with abundance, earth energy, heart chakra as well. We'll see if some heart chakra stuff comes up for you with the cards. They're showing me a chair, there's like a single chair in the middle of the room, sitting and waiting. Patience. So it's weird. It's like they're showing me a chair sitting in the middle of the room. The walls have no windows. It's almost like you're not supposed to see beyond. Like they don't want you to see or worry about what is beyond. It's like you have to sit in the moment, deal with what's going on right now. That feels like the vibration that they're kind of bringing forward. Let's see. Let me see. I have my spirit animal book. I want to see what dog means because the dog came through for you. Okay. So dog, keep your faith strong no matter what's going on in life. It is important for you to volunteer for something purely in the spirit of service. Remain determined and resolute even if you face some negativity or disappointment. Show your love and appreciation in active ways to those you're closest to. Give your loyalty to those you love and cherish. So definitely a message of loyalty. Remaining determined and resolute even if you face negativity and disappointment. Maybe that's why it's almost like, because I literally feel like your guides were putting you in a chair, like they were putting you in a room enclosed. There was no doors, no windows, and it was like there was a single chair in the room. And it's almost like they were giving that energy of saying that you need to sit and focus and deal with stuff right now. There's certain things that you've been either running away from, you're avoiding. There's things that you feel like you don't deserve. Like I said, the money aspect was making me feel that way. I feel like they were saying like there's things that you need to learn to embrace right now rather than running away from it waiting for the next best thing. It's like there's things that you have to sit and focus with now, and it's almost like your guides want you to deal with it right now, before, not before it's too late, but before other stuff happens. And I feel like that also kind of goes with the fact that I'm literally going to be we're like 5 days away from stepping into a new month, and it's the final month of the year 2019. And a lot of times it's like, this is a chance for closure. This is a chance to right some wrongs. This is a chance to deal with stuff. And if there are things, and as you're watching this video, if your stuff's coming up in your mind and you're thinking about people or a certain somebody or a certain situation or something that you know you've been like avoiding, take note of that. So if you're taking notes right now for the reading, write those things down. Even pause the video if you have to, and write down what is literally coming to you, because that's what Spirit is wanting you to focus on. I feel like maybe you think you should be focusing on bigger aspects of your life, like big life changes or big goals that you have, upcoming vacations or whatnot. But it's kind of like Spirit is saying there's certain things that you need to deal with right now. And they're questioning your loyalty. And it's almost like they're asking you, how loyal are you to yourself? Because I feel like you're very loyal to others, and you will do what needs to be done for the sake of other people. But it's almost like you will fail to be loyal to yourself. Here's your heart chakra energy. So we have dreams, insight, emotional balance, and gut instincts. So you have the third eye chakra coming up, you have a solar plexus, and you also have the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is definitely what I'm talking about. With you was your aura energy, very green, very earthy. Keeping that aura strong though, to have a green aura means that you are very healer-like. So you have the ability to, it's almost like you're that person, you are the nurse in the family. You are the person that keeps things together. You always mend what's broken. You heal others. And then you also probably have that psychic ability too, because with the psychic cards, the insight, the dreams, you have the ability to kind of foresee things. But healing energy is green. And that's what I'm saying is like how you're loyal to other people. So you will help other people. You will heal other people. You'll mend what is broken with other people. But is that loyalty still true and strong for you? And that's kind of what I'm seeing here that's the question. And I like how it shows the glass, the chalice that's full of water. Water is like that nurturing emotional energy. But oftentimes your own glass, or your pretty much like your little gas tank, you're running on fumes, you're running on empty at times. And so I feel like that's also what what your guides are really showing. We have blessings coming through, patience, solitude. So I definitely feel like with that, it's just kind of saying, and this is also bird energy too. Birds are, what are birds? Spreading your wings, flying, freedom. But the solitude, I feel, is like a need to pull away. And I feel like that's why also where your guides were showing the chair in the room by itself, right? There's stuff you have to deal with. There's things that you need to sort out right now. Whether it's big or small, it could be big things, it could be little things, but stuff needs to get dealt with so that you can finally be done with it and move on to the next thing, is what I'm seeing. They're handing you patience, being patient through the process. You can't rush through it. Okay. This is stuff that you have to deal with. It's not stuff you could just, half-ass it, because this is stuff that'll come back if you don't deal with it right now. Okay. So there's certain situations, and I'm pretty sure you kind of already know what it is. And it's like, okay, enough's enough. I need to just face it. I need to deal with it. I need to finally, you know, deal with that issue so it doesn't come up anymore. You have the Tower card. And it's funny that the Tower card came up for you because I always tell my clients, anytime the Tower card comes through, it is energy that is like, it's the universe's way of forcing stuff to happen because we will not do it for ourselves. Okay. So it's almost like the universe is kind of saying, okay, if you want to keep putting this off and you want to keep not dealing with whatever is coming up, then we're going to make it happen. So it's almost like they're showing that with the Tower energy. 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords can be confrontations. Okay. This could be having a talk with somebody or confronting yourself about a situation, dealing with something. If this is something personal, if this is something that you, it is solely 100% about you, then the 5 of Swords can be saying, you know, you need to face this one-on-one and really be upfront with yourself about the situation. The Tower card showing that, you know, it's enough running away. The universe is going to make this happen, right? And then we also have the Hangman. So the Hangman can be a sign of laziness. Hangman can be a sign of no direction, like you don't really know which way you want to go, so you're just kind of there, okay? And this could be a sort of like, maybe you felt like you weren't sure where you were headed, where your next move was going to be in life, and so you've just kind of been stagnant. And maybe that's why that Tower energy is coming forward and your guides are kind of showing you, hey, get ready. This stuff is going to start changing. We need you to start moving. We need you to start making things happen. I like that the Blessing card came up too for you, because I feel like that hand in hand with the Tower card is kind of like Spirit's way of saying, even though some crazy stuff may be taking place within the next couple months, it's not like you're not being punished. It may feel that way, but you're not being punished. There's always hidden blessings for every disaster. That's what I feel like they're saying for you. Okay, let's pull. Oh, and I like it too. Your shadow card was Judgment. And Judgment is always that sign of that higher calling. Like, this is Spirit or God or universe is trying to get your attention. So I love it. So there's definitely something that needs to be changed. Something needs to happen. And it's like they're going to make it happen for you if nothing's going to come on your end. So it's just kind of like, think of it as like this is fate. This is something that has to happen. You can't prevent it. Okay? As much as you want to, you can't prevent it. Let's pull cards on the money stuff. Because for some reason that was coming through too. Personal boundaries. Choice, assertiveness, empowerment, authenticity. Action. The root chakra, and then the heart chakra, love. So when it comes to money, when it comes to your career, what you're doing for work, personal boundaries is like, I feel like maybe there's times, and it could go with that 5 of Swords too, which could be like gossip and stuff in the workplace. Personal boundaries could be, you know, you don't always have to be 100% open and transparent with people. Sometimes you have to have an element of secrecy, right? And don't feel pressured to have to share all of your life and all of you with the people you work with. Make sure you're setting personal boundaries for your own personal happiness, because that's the solar plexus chakra, happiness. And then you have the root chakra, which is action. So being more, being more creative, more passionate in the workplace, taking action with your money, taking action with what you're doing for making ends meet, that kind of thing. Especially if you're dealing with that hangman energy, which is like being stagnant, feeling stagnant, like you're not growing, you're not evolving, you're not moving up in work. Maybe you've been at the same rate of pay for quite a while and it's just like you're tired of it, that kind of thing. So taking necessary action when you know you need to. And then we have the love card coming through, which tells me, and it's also a dog, by the way. Kindness, benevolence, sharing, and receiving. I also feel like when it comes to money and love, you have to learn to have a better and more respectful relationship with it. You know, knowing your worth, and are you working for how much you think you are worth? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So we have 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and 6 of Cups. Interesting. So maybe you've been in the same kind of work line for quite a while with that 6 of Cups. You're used to, you know, the giving and receiving. You're used to putting in so much of yourself into your work, and you don't always get the same amount back. We have the 7 of Pentacles, which can kind of show a, you know, a little bit of boredom, a little bit of anxiety building up around the workspace for you. So that 7 of Pentacles is making me think maybe you're starting to question, is this where I want to continue being for the rest of my life? Do I really want to still do this kind of work? And then that 8 of Cups is that kind of that urgency, that need to fulfill a void, but also maybe walk away from something in the workplace that's no longer resonating with you. So maybe you're thinking about a change of pace at work, or you're thinking of taking action. You're thinking of, you know, yourself. And when you start kind of aligning more with yourself when it comes to work, you may start to see yourself drifting off into a different direction. So I also feel like that kind of goes with the dog energy that we read earlier. Being loyal to yourself is important. So I could see that kind of starting to, maybe there's been more drama in the workplace than you're used to, and it's just been getting you worked up a bit, and now you're starting to contemplate, hey, is this where I want to be? Maybe I want to move on, kind of a thing. We have the Prince of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the Moon. So I feel like there is going to be some shifting in your path as far as the career or money goes. You're not supposed to see the outcome. That Moon card is kind of foreshadowing it. But I feel like you have so much cup energy here that you need more of a line of work or doing things that are, and this doesn't even just have to be your job. This could also be side hobbies and things that you're doing on the side, but doing stuff more fulfilling to the heart source, the heart chakra, with all that cup energy. Fulfilling more of your inner passions, your happiness, what the things that you're truly purely interested in versus, you know, what you call work. So this may not reflect just the job. It could be also reflecting your interests, your hobbies, okay? Things that you're doing on the side to help you unwind from a busy day at work, that kind of stuff. You need to tap more into doing things and introducing yourself to activities, you know, being more proactive in your life, to doing things that make you purely happy. We have love. Happiness. Just what we were talking about. And solitude. Interesting. So the solitude is interesting because that's kind of like, maybe you've been craving that too, you know. Maybe you've been craving quiet time, you know, your own space, time for you. Maybe a position or working in a more solo aspect where you're not around so much people. Maybe you're craving that kind of thing. Maybe that's what's going to ultimately bring you some more happiness, is to do activities and stuff that is completely solo. It's like your time, your quiet time, your personal time. Really interesting. Let's see. I want to pull one more. Anything that your guides want you to know. I feel like your guides have given you a lot of information, but let's see. Is there anything else? Connection. Universal oneness, love, interconnection, support. I feel like that's also saying, like, don't be afraid. And again, it's green, like we were talking about, green, your aura, and then the heart chakra. Making those emotional connections with people. Don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? You're used to coming to everyone else's aid, but sometimes you need to ask for help as well, okay? Don't be afraid of that. I also feel like they're saying, like, pay attention to the connections of certain people around you. I feel like some connections, this could be people from work, have changed and you've been feeling that shift of energy. And if your intuition is kind of telling you to be weary of certain people, yeah, with that 3 of Swords, being weary of certain people, I feel like you need to make sure that you are listening to yourself. King of Cups energy, that you're listening to yourself and trusting, you know, if something doesn't feel right with somebody, you know, you don't have to force that relationship or that friendship to stay alive. Sometimes we just outgrow people. So disconnect instead of connect, okay? We have a Queen of Swords coming up. We also have the Empress. So there's people around you, a lot of people. You have a lot of people that definitely surround you, whether this is in the workplace or in your personal life. But there's also some disconnects with that 3 of Swords, I feel, with people. I don't feel like this is a romantic thing, because at first I was going to say with that King of Cups, is this dealing with an ex with that 3 of Swords? But I feel like more so this is your connection with people has been changing, outgrowing certain friendships, especially in the workplace. And maybe that's why you're craving for solo time. You just don't feel like you want to socialize as much with these people, like you used to. And also you have to understand, if you outgrow people, there's nothing wrong with that. We have going forward. Interesting. So I feel like your guides are kind of saying there's certain friendship dynamics here that you need to move forward from, move on from, okay? Move forward. If it's not working, you guys aren't connecting anymore, you're outgrowing certain people. There could be 3 people in particular with the 3 court cards. You know, it is what it is basically basically what I'm saying. And Spirit's acknowledging that, and they're basically telling you that it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to move forward. You don't always have to be in the same cliques, in the same bubble, the same social bubble. Like, sometimes you can venture off and do your own thing, and people may or may not understand it. But for some reason, there's something there. There's something there with connections. That this could also go hand in hand with dealing with a situation like we talked about earlier in your reading, where I was saying you got to kind of deal with it now. Like Spirit is saying, dealing with it now instead of avoiding it. So is this a confrontation? Is this a conversation you're going to have? Are these family members? Is this a lover? Is this a love triangle situation? Is this, you know, who are these people to you? Does this go hand in hand with what we were talking about earlier, with confronting and dealing with somebody, or a situation right now? So you have a lot on your plate, my love. I will say that. You have a lot on your plate. There's much to think about, much to deal with. But I feel like bottom line, your spirit guides are saying there's stuff that needs to be cleaned, done, dealt with. Take out the trash, cleanse the space, get yourself prepared for a new year, and you're not dragging a lot of this clutter with you. So take advantage of the energy of a final month of the 2019 year. Do what you need to do, make those connections or disconnections, and move forward from it. Allow yourself to be free from it. Okay? So this concludes your spirit guide reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, or if you'd like to just give me some feedback, please send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And anyone who's watching, this is the spirit guide session. You could find it in my website. The links are all below. Some of my sessions are on sale through the end of December. So check it out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, my loves.